Now we're cooking with fire. All right. So, hola world. Top of the evening. Had to check time. 6:38 where I am. So yeah, want to come on and talk to y'all. I don't know if you heard me. I just wanted to come on and talk to y'all though. I had to remember what I came to talk about, but I just remembered. So, bitter versus wise. That's how I'm gonna phrase it. Now, a lot of the stuff I talk about don't be about me. It don't be shit that necessarily happened to me that day, that week, that month, that year. Sometimes it didn't happen to me at all. It's something I saw somebody else go through. And then a message about what I seen them go through and a possible reason that they're going through it comes to my mind. Then my heart says, spread that. Somebody can use that. So I spread it when I get that feeling. You understand? So I'm not saying that I go through all this shit all, because I talk about a lot of stuff. But I might be scrolling through Facebook or the gram and see a post like, whatever the situation may be. I may see a post where a female snapping about a dude disrespecting her in this way. And I got an opinion on that. I see a post about a dude snapping out about a chick who he thought was this and turned out to be that. Make a post about that. You feel me? Like, yeah, that's what I be on. I just had to clarify that. I see I'm going to have to be real elaborate talking to the world. Common sense ain't so common, but hey, I'm not judging. My common sense just started coming rapidly without me thinking about it. So, yeah. I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just saying I'm realizing I'm learning with y'all. Learn with me. It's okay to grow. It's okay to evolve. It's okay to change. It's okay to act different. Yeah, I'm acting different. Why the fuck would I keep acting the same? That doesn't make sense. You'll never see $1 million doing the same shit. What's the definition of insanity, you guys? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Gold star class. Everybody gets one. Oh, that's my high fives. High five. Anybody who know me. They know. High five, my nigga. Got that job? High five. You got that raise? High five through the phone, my nigga. You got that bitch? That's what's up. You been chasing her for 4 years. For real though. They know. But yeah. Can you tell I lost my train of thought? I'm trying to figure out where I was. Let me pause real quick. Aha. Bitter versus wise. Now, I was just explaining, now I remember where I was. I was explaining the reason, or clarifying, I should say, that the shit I be bringing to y'all and discussing with y'all don't necessarily be happening to me in that moment. Sometimes it don't happen to me at all. I just want to make that clear. Um, I saw a post where the girl was basically like, I've been dating this guy for a couple weeks and I stopped talking to him because he accused me of being bitter after I told him that I didn't agree with whatever they was talking about. So basically, he felt like it should be this way. She disagreed, and he like, oh well, fuck it then. You on some bullshit. You bringing your past relationships into the future. Just because that nigga hurt you don't mean I will. You know, you had the game ran on you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And see, that's why I say a lot of women, I believe, stay in situations out of the fear of being alone. Because I've done that. I've done that. I've played the fool just because I didn't want to be alone. Because we be knowing the game. You know what I'm saying? We be knowing the signs. If it ain't been played on you, you've played it on a nigga, or you've seen somebody get played in that way. So you know. But we choose to accept certain shit because of the reason, either you feel like you deserve it for whatever reason, whether it be because you did some shit in the past and you believe in karma, so you feeling like this my karma, fuck it, I accept it, or you feel like you're not worth more. Like that's a low self-esteem, insecurity type of thing. Low self-esteem and insecurity, in my perspective, goes hand in hand. It's the same difference. It's just different levels. So, in my opinion, you have insecurities that lead to low self-esteem. So they one and the same, it's just different levels. You start off with an insecurity about something, and then you don't nip that shit in the bud. It grows into a lack of esteem for yourself, which is low self-esteem. You feel me? So yeah, we accept bullshit for reasons of that nature. Either you feel like you deserve it, um, or you fear being alone. I've been on both ends of the spectrum, actually. So it was more so because of the lack of self-esteem. Not only did I think I deserved it, but I felt like I wouldn't find better in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my exes that I was with for like 5 years, bum ass nigga, bro. Like, in every way imaginable, the nigga was a bum. But now that I think about it, that motherfucker might have been a psychopath, straight up, like a sociopath, not a psychopath, a sociopath. Like, it was bananas, cause his finesse game was strong, and maybe it wasn't as strong as I think. Maybe it was more so cause a lot of the reason that I stayed was for the dick. I ain't gonna lie, it was fucking, bitch, like length and width. Oh, baby. In his head. Oh, nobody to this day has fucked me like that man. Like, and just aggressive, and he don't act. He just push me down, take my clothes off, flip me whatever way he want me. Like, ooh. Mm, I digress. Moving on. Uh, yeah. So let's make that clear. A lot of the times we know the game, we just choose to accept it for whatever reason. But that's why we're here. Let's talk about it. Let's get to the root of it. So I ain't forgot where I was going though, surprisingly. That means it's important. So yeah, we be accepting this shit. But we be knowing. We be knowing at the end of the day, that's a red flag. Oh, that made me feel the same type of way I felt with such and such when he did this. Now, it may not be the exact same situation, but when you see a red flag, when you see them signs pointing towards, it's bullshit. you, as a woman, you want to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times we do. We stand on it. We confront them with it. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You wildin'. You did this, and it remind me of that. So I'm gonna need you not to be on that shit because it's gonna make me feel like you on the same thing. So the first time it's like, okay, you let a nigga slide. But you know what they say? You let a nigga slide, he wanna ice skate. So first time it happened, you let that nigga slide, but y'all talk about it like, yo, I don't like that shit. This is why. And then if you do it again, and that's usually how I go down. And a nigga only defense after you break it down for the second time, like, I told you. I told you. I asked you not to do this because it reminds me of that. It's other ways to get shit done. Like, you ain't gotta do it in a way that make me feel some type of way. You feel me? So after you explain it to him like that, his only defense, because he can't defend it, he can't justify it when you breaking down the game to him. Like, I see it, nigga. Like, we playing chess. I see you finna move your pawn to my rook and what the fuck ever. You finna checkmate me. I see it, and I'm calling your plays. So your only defense now is, man, don't make me pay for what the last nigga did. See, when niggas go to shit like that, run, baby, run. I mean, fucking 1K dash on that ass because the fuckery is right around the corner. Right around the corner. Way across the track. Be what I'm talking about. The psychedelic shack, yeah. Psychedelic shack, that's where it's at. Psychedelic shack, that's where it's at. I took it there. I did. That's how my brain works. A lot of the times I bust out in song quotes or movie quotes. That's how I be remembering shit. I learned a lot actually from years of being forced to stay in the house. What do you do when you staying in the house all summer? TV, nigga. TV and movies. That's all we had. A couple summers. I mean, as a grown woman with a child, I understand why my mother, wanted us to stay in the house while she was at work. Ain't like she had nowhere for us to go. Well, she did, but you know, you don't always want to pawn your kids off on other people. You feel me? So, yeah, my point is, I understand a lot more now. Shit that I used to be like, I digress. See how I do? See how my brain works? It be at 50 million places in one night. And that's why I smoke to center. But since ain't nobody here literally physically talking with me, I go off track. And then I always circle back to it, but I be forgetting that I was even trying to circle back to what I was starting out with. But I do remember. It's important because I still remember we was talking about bitter versus wisdom. So yeah, they only defense. And that's how you know you right. That's how you know you peep game and the fuckery is exactly what you think it's gonna be. That's how you know is when they only defense is to attack you as a person, to assassinate your character. That's how you know you on the right track, baby. So if it gets to a point where you like, yo, you on some bullshit, I know it, and I'm not gonna say shit else about it. It's your first, last, only warning, baby. Next time, it's a wrap. And then it happens again, and then he come at you and try to guilt you in the stand, like, yo, you making me pay for dude. I ain't nothing like that, nigga. This ain't that. This ain't even the same. Whatever. When they do shit like that, do not fall for the bait. Don't let them. Don't let them do it because you know that's what made women different from men. That's why they try to make it out to be a bad thing, like, oh, women are emotional. We are. Embrace that, baby, because that emotion, that gut feeling, that woman instinct, come on. What you think that is? Think it's coincidence? Come on now. That's the Most High talking to you. That gut feeling, your first mind, when people say follow your first mind, that first mind, that's your first mind. The first mind is the Most High speaking through you. That's why when they say we made in God's image, do you really think that has anything to do with color? Really? I mean, the color plays a factor, but do you think that when they say made in God's image, it got anything to do with whether or not Jesus was white or black? First of all, he was born in Africa, and that's all I got to say. Moving on. My point is, when they say we are all of God's image, that means that in essence, God is not a person, it's a being. It's the highest power, the highest form. So, God is energy. I might be getting too deep for some of y'all, but hear me out. If you look at religion, the theory of evolution, and the Big Bang Theory, why do they have to all be separate theories? What makes them think if either of those three situations couldn't have happened? I mean, if either of those three situations could have happened, right? To the point where those are the three most widely debated ways of creation. Why is it so unfathomable that all three couldn't have taken place at the same time? You feel me? Or maybe even in sequential order. But my point is, why wouldn't somebody think that the Big Bang Theory was God? There's two theories, religion and the Big Bang Theory. That the Big Bang Theory was God merging into itself, which means two energy forms colliding. And because of that, that makes the Big Bang. You understand? The Big Bang Theory is basically where they saying two planets or two asteroids or whatever the fuck they call it. I ain't really get too much into it, but it's just the synopsis in general is saying that two balls of gas, I want to say planets, but it might be gas balls, whatever, two foreign things in space smashed into each other and they, cause an explosion of energy and atoms, all this extra shit. So my thing is, and that's why the Milky Way look like it do. That's the theory of the Big Bang. So my thing is, why wouldn't they think that the God, because all religions mention a God, a higher form, a supreme being, the highest entity. All religions mention that no matter what they call it. They all mention the same general uh, controlling force. So why wouldn't it be a possibility that this controlling force from all religions, this God from every religion, created the Big Bang by merging into its other half, yin and yang, by merging into itself so that it can have offspring, which are all the pieces from the Big Bang. So it can have offspring that made us, the original people. Now, black people are the original people, even past going by the Bible specifically stating that this man couldn't be nothing but black, the Savior, the human form of God. Christians call him Jesus, Muslims call him Yahweh, and it's a couple other names for him. But why wouldn't we think that, yeah, that God merged into itself, yin and yang, to make the supreme being, the Most High. That's why I call it the Most High. God is too small of a word. If you look up the origins of words, if you know anything about words, you know that they all have origins. They all have root words. They all have a meaning of that root word. The basis of the word will always have a meaning, and then you build around it. That's what make these big ass words. That's why I'm be tripping on vocabulary. Like, don't make you smart, motherfucker. You just know prefixes and suffixes. Congratulations. But if you look up the origins of the word God, you'll see what I mean. So I don't say God no more. I mean, I do, depending on the crowd, because most people will look at me if I say Most High, like, that bitch is a terrorist. And then I'll be marked. My baby 10, she needs me. And I don't have time for that type of ignorance. You know, that's essentially what it is. When people fear you for no reason, it's because they ignorant about you and they don't want to learn. They rather be fearful because it's comfortable. Everybody else around them is. They'll be different. Who wants to be different? So, yeah, that's my theory. My theory is all three. And then as far as evolution, where that come into play, like I said, the Most High merged into itself, collided. That's the Big Bang Theory. And the parts that sprinkled, or the aftermath of the collision, is the offspring, which are the original people, little pieces of that bigger form's energy breaking off when it merged into itself. And that's why you need a man and a woman to create life. It's two halves of the whole. So when they refer to God as a he, that's a part of the patriarchal system, trying to maintain control. If you don't know the difference between patriarchy and matriarchy, go look it up. The matriarchal era came before the patriarchal era. The matriarchal era is when women ruled, women had the most power. Then the patriarchic era came, and that's when the men took over. Shit deep. Educate yourself. So anyways, that's why you need a man and a woman to make a child. For the same reason you needed two halves of the whole to create the supreme being. There was this half and there was this half. They collided. Big bang. Now we got a most high, a supreme being, because they merged into each other. But before that, we had two separate entities that were supreme, that were above all. And then they merged and created the highest form. So yeah. So the offspring of the Big Bang Theory are the original people, which are people with melanin. And the reason that that's a fact is because we can withstand all the elements of this planet without outside help or aid. What do I mean by that? I'm glad you asked. White people need sunblock because they can't withstand the natural element of the sun. What are the elements? Earth, wind, fire, water, right? We can equate fire with sun because in essence the sun is nothing but a flaming gas ball. So that's fire. Am I not right? We know what earth, we know about wind, we know what water. White people can't withstand the sun. Everything that grows on the planet Earth needs sun. Plants, trees, crops, animals, the lakes, the oceans, they grow as the sun comes out and melts down the ice. So if you can't withstand something that is essential to anything living's growth, how can you be of this planet? We're of this planet. As black people, we can withstand every element. We've survived through poison. We've survived through plagues in higher numbers and more efficiently than that of our white counterparts. And the reason being is because we are of this planet. We are of the four elements. We are of the earth. We are of the wind. We are of the fire. We are of the water. And when you're deceased, you go back to that of which you were. So that means all our ancestors are flowing in the wind. They mixed in with the earth. They propelling the sun's flames. They're the current in the oceans, making waves. It get deeper than I'm gonna go, cause I ain't got that much time. I start to lose people after a short amount of time. 2018 got our attention span like so. Yeah. So the part of evolution, that's where white people come in. Don't be fooled by them years of them calling you monkey, calling black folks monkeys. Psychology 101. What will a psychopath do? They'll deflect their psychopathic behavior off on the people around them. That means if I'm doing something, I'm going to point it out in you loudly into everybody over and over until they believe me so that they don't see it in me. Yeah. So white people running around here talking about, oh, you monkeys, you're animals, you gorillas, you apes, and that's because deep down they subconsciously know the truth, and a lot of them know it for real. They consciously know it. They know it's generational, and they got to keep it from us in order to maintain power. That's why they end up telling the generations, passing that along. Like, yes, they are the original people. They tell the truth to them because if you don't know your history, you can't advance through your future. They know their history, and that's how they was able to advance through the future. Well, advance up until now. Shit finna turn around. It's written, but I digress. Yeah. So the theory of evolution. If you don't know what the theory of evolution is, baby, I'm gonna need you to get some education in your life. Hello. Hey, Paul. Um, some plain chips. That's all. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. My grandpa's so cute. He be looking out like a motherfucker. Theory of evolution. That comes in with the white folk. What do I mean? The theory of evolution generally basically states that people came from monkeys. They don't literally say monkeys because monkeys are the little ones, the little cute ones with the hats and the little drums and the cymbal and that they show in movies and shit, like Aladdin's little friend. That's a monkey. They say that people came from apes. I'm gonna say apes. Hence the Planet of the Apes movies. They don't give us these movies for no reason. It be programming. They be programming the shit out of us through these movies, and a weak mind gonna accept it. A weak mind gonna soak it in at face value. But yeah, that's my theory. It's a cell. No, it's a blood type. It's a strain in the blood. I think it's RHQ, It might not be Q, but it's RH something. Is basically the same strain that you find in apes and monkeys. That family, the chimpanzee, or is chimpanzee a variation? Whatever. That family of that species. It's got to be mainly apes, though. Gotta be. But it's the same strain found in their blood, their DNA. I don't remember the percentage I was trying to think, but mainly you would find that in white people. And those are the ones who got like they be like psychics and mediums and shit like that that can connect with the other side more because they are like a crossbred, like a hybrid of two different species. It's called the monkey factor. Look into this shit, man. You ain't got to take my word for a damn thing. Look it up, baby. Google is free. Capital FREE. Utilize it. Stop playing. We in the age of technology. So yeah. So I really do believe that I don't know if it's a Muslim thing or if it's like a African folk tale. But it's about the mad scientist, one of the tribes in Africa. He was outcast by the village that he lived in Africa. Let's not forget, Africa is a continent. And I've been conditioned too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not looking down on nobody. You see, I keep saying in Africa instead of on Africa because they condition us to look at Africa like a country. Even white folks do this. White folks do it the most. Them ignorant motherfuckers, I'm gonna go back to Africa or standing there with a sign, I'm gonna go back to Africa. You stupid. I'm not even gonna argue with you because you just proved my point. You just proved you're ignorant as fuck. You have no knowledge past hearsay, and you're not better than me in any way, shape, or form, nigga. You just as lost as I am, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna argue with you for that because when you argue with a fool, you're the clown. IJS. So, yeah, the mad scientist. He was outcast by his tribe, the tribe that he belonged to on the continent of Africa in whatever country he was in. I don't know that the details like that, like what country, but if when you look this up, not if, when you look it up, it might say it. But the mad scientist, or is he the big head scientist? I think that he was the big head scientist. It's either the mad scientist or the big head scientist. Just type in white people created by scientists in Africa. Alright. So yeah, he was outcast by his village because he either publicly stated or he publicly tried to make people convert to his beliefs, which were like lighter skinned people were better and superior to darker skin. Now, mind you, they're on the continent of Africa. There are way more darker skinned people than lighter skin. Matter of fact, if you look back at a lot of the tribes on the continent of Africa, there were not too many lighter skinned people pre-colonialism, pre-invasion. That means before the white folks. There were some, that's factual. But see, I think I'm thinking too far back when I say were no light skinned or no light-skinned people. I'm thinking further back than the mad scientists. I'm thinking back to Pangea. If you don't know what the fuck Pangea is, go Google it. It's going to blow your mind. You hear me? And that's why I rock shit like this. And people be like, well, how you know you was from Africa? Everybody was from Africa, baby. And Pangea is the proof. Look it up, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Pangea was the first landmass before whatever the fuck happened to the dinosaurs. That shit that happened to the dinosaurs, that ice age that came, I think a volcano erupted and then the lava caused a shift in the climate and yeah, covered the earth and caused like an ice age type shit. Well, we know it caused the ice age because they found plenty frozen, you know, like fully undecomposed, frozen solid type of skeletons and shit. Like, but anyway, I digress. My point is, if oh, I was talking about the mad scientist. Yeah. So they shunned him from the village because he said basically he was trying to, I think he was trying to kill all the darker skinned people and create a village full of light skinned people, like, because he thought they were superior. I knew some way, shape, or form he thought they were superior to the darker skinned people. And now that I think about it, these lighter skinned people might have been albinos. Or no, the albinos actually might have been his first few creations that didn't come out right. Because if you ever seen an albino or know anything about them, you know that their skin are just hella pale, like no pigment at all, but they have nigga hair. A lot of people gonna fuck with me because I said nigga hair. See this shit? Kinky hair, curly hair. And that's another thing. Back to the origins of your words. Look up the origins of nigga. That's our shit. NGA. That was the word originally from Africa. And when them white folk came over there, they saw us calling each other nigga. What does that mean? They asked one of the fucking Moors who knew the language of the Africans and the language of the white man because the Moors were travelers. But all these people running around here talking about I'm a Moor, I'm a Moor. You don't know if that was your tribe. Just because you black don't mean you was a Moor. Not all blacks were Moors. 54 countries on the continent of Africa. You have a 1 in 54 chance of being a Moor. You don't know what country you came from over there. Stop it. Go deeper. Don't stop at what they give you. Because if it's on the surface, they're giving it to us. You feel me? The real shit is deep, deep, deep down the rabbit hole. I'm telling you. It takes a man hours to go deep down and really, really find that truth. But it's so worth it. Woo. Ain't nobody tell me shit. These white folks say some dumb shit, I'm laughing at them like, you fucking peasant. Get out of my face. Walk around like this all day, every day. Head high as a bitch like I'm balancing my crown. My nigga, like real life. Rockin' shit. I would have never did this. I go to school in Chase Building downtown. I'd have never. This type of shit intimidate them. I would have never. Fuck them hunkies. On my life. I digress. So that's why. Oh, so they shunned him from the village because of that. And yeah, he went out into the woods, like deep, deep in the cut, away from the village folk, a couple 100 miles out, because they banished him pretty much. I was gonna say he vanished and they banished, but they banished him pretty much from the village, like on some Exodus type shit. So yeah, he out there. He went in the woods, couple 100 miles out, And he said, you know what? I'm going to create my own people. And I'm going to be the master of my kingdom. I'm going to rule. I'm going to be in control. He go to work. I don't remember the details as I stated. Go look it up. All I need to know is the generalities for myself personally. Because details are where man come in and fabricate. You understand? The generalities are where the truth lie. In my perspective, my opinion, my experience. You get it how you live. Take this 2 cents or throw it on the ground. You did. So he went out there. He said, I'm gonna be the master of my own kingdom. I'm gonna build me some people. I'm gonna make some people. I can do this. I'm a scientist. I'm as close to God as you gonna get. And back then, you know what I'm saying? You understood medicine and the body. And, everybody had an understanding and a connection with the Most High because it wasn't nothing corrupting what they knew, what was passed down from the beginning of their being. It was known because nobody had interrupted with that shit. You understand? So the alchemist got a lot to do with this story too. Like the alchemist is, matter of fact, the alchemist might be the book talking about the mad scientist. It definitely may be. Google what? Matter of fact, let's do it together. Let's Google the exact definition of alchemy. I know it got something to do with science and magic, and it makes it like basically alchemy scientists. It's how this man, it got a lot to do with the spirit world um, and science. And when you mix them two together, baby, talk about some voodoo hoodoo type shit. That shit real. I don't play with it. That's why I don't play with them spirits. That's one thing I will not do. You hear me? I will not play with them spirits. Okay. Alchemy. But basically he did his thing. It's a medieval forerunner of chemistry based on the supposed transformation of matter. It was concerned particularly with attempts to convert base metals into gold or to find a universal elixir. So elixir is just like a remedy, to fix any disease, it's like a universal cure, pretty much. A seemingly, that was the first definition. Another definition is a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. That's the definition I'm looking for. This fits for what I'm talking about. So basically, the mad scientists went out there in the woods and performed alchemy. And alchemy is a magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. Now, the mad scientist is not the most high, and he knows that. He knows there is a limit to his abilities. So, he can't create a human, but he can use transformation and combination to make a derivative of human. Human. The English language spells it Human. In all actuality, it's Hueman. Hue, what does that mean? Hue, a color, has pigment. Hue just means it has pigment. It's a hue. You can have red hues, green hues, blue hues, brown hues, black hue. No, black don't really have hues. Black is not really a color. Neither is white. See, I didn't mention white. Moving on. So, the mad scientists went out there and performed alchemy. How, you say? He took an animal with the same build and makeup as a human, which would be an ape or a gorilla. Now, gorillas are massive. If he started creating gorilla type derivatives, they would be too big to control. He trying to be the master of his kingdom. He trying to control some shit. He trying to have power and authority. So he gonna take the lesser of the two evils. He gonna take some apes. Because apes are small. Y'all seen Planet of the Apes. You seen the different variations and how they had the little ones, like they like men, but they like 5'4" men. So he say, I can take some of these apes and transform them into human by combining some DNA from me and some DNA from the ape. But I'm going to put more ape than me because I want them light. Stick with me. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, but I see brown apes, I see black apes, I never seen a white ape. What do apes have? They don't have skin color. My skin is black. Apes are black, brown, and gray because of what? The color of their fur. If you shave an ape, their skin is pale and transparent. It resembles that of a white person. Stick with me now. So the definition of alchemy is what? Hold on, take this off the charger. We're looking at the second one. Oh, backwards. So, if we can still read it, I think I can. Oh, a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. I couldn't read it backwards. I'm going to take this 8 and use the magical process of transformation and combination. I'm going to combine the DNA of a human and an ape and transform the ape into a human. That's why I believe in that concept. The Muslims believe that. They believe that the white man was created by the mad scientists. I believe that theory. I mean, the details may be different, but I do believe that some shit like that popped off. No bullshit. I believe aliens used to roam the world. Cause in what I read somewhere, and it struck me deep. Like my soul remembered. Like, yes, that's right. I remember that. I remember knowing that. That's how it felt to me. And when I feel that after reading something, I always take heed to what I just read. Like, my soul, no, this is learning. My brain is learning. But my eye, my third eye, my conscious from the pineal gland, my soul, she knows. She knows exactly what it is. You understand? Your spirit knows all. Your spirit is put into human form through birth so that you can experience in this shell what you know as energy outside of it. So, fuck with me, y'all. I'm telling you. Fuck with me. I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna learn you some shit. For real. Because what's coming, the shit that's finna pop the fuck off, only the strong gonna survive, baby. And I ain't talking about physically strong, although you should be working on that too. You should at least be to the point where you have enough stamina to run a good hour if necessary. So all I'm saying, y'all, is we can't go into the end of this 500 years that was prophesied for us to be the underdog. It's written that we were going to suffer how we have been for 500 years. You know the 500 years is coming to an end when mother turn against daughter, son against father, sister against brother. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to be your blood sister, brother, mother, auntie, uncle. If you know anything about our history, the African ancestry before white folks tainted the continent, you know that it was a village thing. The young women had the babies, but all the elders raised them. And they didn't have like, oh, this is my baby, this is my baby. No, that was the village baby. Them was the village kids. Them was the village women. Them was the village men. It wasn't no, this is your husband, you're his wife, don't fuck with nobody else. Y'all be together. Y'all have kids. Y'all raise y'all family. Y'all cleave to each other. And fuck the community. Focus on your own family. It wasn't that. That's some white people shit. Do your research. That King James Version Bible, baby, it's gonna do you in. That's a tool to program you to self-oppress, period. Now, I'm not saying it's not truths in that book. I'm saying it's one resource of many. Learn your true God. Learn the Most High. Learn the Supreme Being. Don't just stop at what was given to you so freely by the same people who took everything else and still are and still will. They killing babies, 12-year-old kids, because they look like you. And you mean to tell me you gonna stick to this fucking structured, organized religion that they gave you? It's the only thing they gave you. That's the only thing they're giving you. Why? Why was somebody who's so willing to call the police on your baby for trying to learn economics, for trying to raise money for a uniform for her cheerleading team, whatever the case? These white folks calling the cops, and these white folks letting them call the cops, and these white folks is prosecuting y'all because another white folk called the cops over penny ante shit. They calling cops on kids after seeing viral videos of police shooting into cars with babies as young as 1. Hear me. I'm not saying God not real. Hell, I'm not saying the Savior not real. But his name for damn sure wasn't Jesus. Show me the J back in the time period of Jesus. Now in that same Bible it say that it's importance in the names you praise. It means something when you call out a name in worship. And if you calling out a name that wasn't a name, it wasn't no possibility of it being a name back in the time that this person was around, back in the time that this Bible was supposedly written, what else do you need to stop? That's why so much evil. That's why these white folks in power. Y'all empowering their entities. Y'all giving sacrifices and money in the name of their entities. There is power in the names you call out during worship. There is power in the names you speak, the names you praise. Think about the names you're praising. Go do your research. Go read that Bible and then go double check the facts. I dare you. And then still come to me mad that I said what I just said. Back on track. I'll talk to y'all for an hour. I can go at this shit for hours. But I'm just going to start off with small doses. You see how we go into other topics. At the end of the day, I got way off from where we started, which was bitter versus wise. At the end of the day, baby, a lot of the times we not bitter. We peep game. And at least, the least you can do is respect the fact that we peep game. Respect my mind. That's all most women is asking. The disrespect of my intelligence hurts more than what you actually did. That I can speak on from experience for sure. Nigga lying about some shit. Like, you could have kept it real with me. Like, oh, yeah, I just met up with her because I was broke and I didn't want to have to ask you for no money. That's how we got that pizza that night. Why you just didn't tell me that? Why you didn't tell me, like, babe, listen, I'm out here bad, but, old girl I used to fuck with, she's sweet. I ain't even gotta fuck her. I just need you to let me finesse her, get this money, I'm finna get her something to eat. Cool. I ain't new to the game. Truly. But do what you gotta do, baby. As a man, do what you gotta do. Just keep me in the loop. That's all I ask. I'm way too smooth for you to lie about dumb shit like that. Like, as a matter of fact, you really don't even, see, I be wanting to know, just in case a bitch come to me sideways, then I can be like, you ain't think I knew? Congratulations, baby. You got a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, y'all. We ain't bitter. We just know the game. And ladies, if you feel it in your gut, deep down, 9.9998 times out of 10, you're right. Follow your gut. Follow that woman's intuition. Follow your first mind. It'll save you a whole lot of catching up. Because once you take that L, because you accepted it and didn't follow your first mind, you're going to feel stupid as a motherfucker. Simply because you're going to tell yourself, bitch, I knew it. And now you can't blame nobody because you went against the grain. You went against the script. You went against yourself. You can only do this. Oh, I'll be forgetting on the webcam. It's all the way up here and shit. But you can only point the finger at yourself. Like, who has 9 fingers? Who has 8 fingers and 2 thumbs? This girl. And I'm taking full responsibility for my bullshit actions. So, Jeezy, don't do it. That's all I can say to you, mama. Don't go against your first mind. Don't go against that grain. Don't go against what you know. You know. That's my granny right there. She tell me all the time, you know. Oh, you know. It's real. It's so real. And it's gonna be a lot of men who try to make you feel bad for it. And for the men who really don't understand, that's another reason I wanted to come and say that. Like a lot of the times we don't be bitter at all. We just be aware, you know what I'm saying? And if we wrong and it ain't what we think it is, then don't give us a reason to think it's that. Don't go and keep doing little slick slot shit that got us feeling like we need to watch you. Don't go do shit that's similar to the hurt that I just told you I'm trying to heal from. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the times that be the situation that'll have a female wigging out, and then we always reference like, see what, this is exactly what happened at the last relationship with and you like, oh, so you comparing me to that? No, it's not a comparison. You acting real familiar, nigga. I'm not comparing you at all. I'm telling you, the shit you doing is making me feel exactly how I felt in that situation because it's looking the same. Is it the same? You say it's not? Okay, so we shouldn't have this problem again, right? So, yeah. But I think a lot of dudes be knowing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's rare that a man be on some shit like that, on some finesse shit, on accident. Like, nah, bro. You know the game. You just tried to play me real smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I done had to charge a lot of shit to the game, bro, but I learned from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be a typical, like, naive as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, man, I used to be real naive. That's another conversation, though. All right, y'all, it's been an hour. I'm gonna let y'all go. Just remember, it's okay to stand on what you believe for. If you see them red flags, baby, juices. I'm on some new shit. I'm chucking my deuces up to her. That was my shit back in the day. But yeah, so we ain't bitter. We know the game. We peeped the game. And we're gonna stop the game before it gets any further. Before we have to charge it to the game. Charge that L to the game, but bust our ass to make up for it. Because the game ain't gonna give you that back. And neither is that nigga who ran it on you, baby. Don't be his fool. Don't be nobody's fool. Okay? Let's not be fools together. The rest of 2018, going into 2019, and every year thereafter. Let's get comfortable saying no. Let's get comfortable being alone. And I don't say that in the sense of, I don't need no man. Hell no, bitch, I need me a man. You understand? I need that companionship. I need that other half. But understand what I'm saying. Until you are a whole, you cannot come together with another half and be complete. Do that make sense? You have to be whole and complete within yourself. You have to know who you are, be secure in who you are, and understand that you are going to continue growing. There is more you need to learn. If you at a point where you like, oh, all I need is somebody like this and I'll be complete, you're not complete within yourself because you're still looking for somebody to come in and complete you. that means you feel like there's something missing from you if you saying somebody else can't complete you. If you feel like somebody else can't complete you, there's something within you that's missing. I'm just now going through this. You hear me? So I'm speaking from experience with this one now. I've told myself for so many years, like, I'm gonna go into a whole nother hour on this. I ain't gonna do it, y'all. We'll say that for next time. Alright, for real, for real. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm an hour, 5 minutes in. We gonna talk some more though. Y'all might see some more videos posted later down the line with this from today, because I think I'm gonna keep going and just cut this and make some different ones, because I got a lot flowing out me right now. I don't know if it's because I'm in kite mode on cloud 9. You feel me? I don't know if it's because of that, or if I really just had this much tucked away in my mind. Like, moving on. Alright, y'all. Until next time. Peace, love, and light. Ashe to everything you got going on. May it come into fruition. May you get what you're looking for. May you have the tools necessary to build generational wealth, communal economics, and still have the ability to support your own. You gotta circulate it, baby. Don't make it and sit on it. Don't make it and give it back to the folks. Make it, reinvest, circulate, and repeat. Communal economics right there. Simplified. Alright, I'm Audi 3000.